Call the work session ended. We'll start the pledge of allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So, if everyone's getting an opportunity to review the minutes, may I have a motion to accept the minutes as adopted?
I'll move it.
Or as distributed. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. So we're going to have a continuation of public hearing on Mills Road. I have a motion to open up the public hearing.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Is there anyone wishing to speak, to make a comment regarding the proposed district formation?
Is the microphone working this week?
No, we're having some issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the mic's here is catching.
Fred Birch, Plainville Road. Try to make this brief. So tonight there will be a vote on that to send it to the public vote, where the residents of that district will be able to come.
We're going to table that motion.
Okay, you're going to table that motion, but eventually we're seeking that out later in the year. So that's okay. Oh, well, maybe I'm a little bit earlier, but this is what I thought I read. But I'm glad to see we're moving in that direction. And I know to a lot of people in the room, probably my opinion doesn't matter, but when we have something that involves a finite group in our community, a small district, I think this is the model that we should use. In other words, I don't know what the threshold would be, you know, a small neighborhood, 100 or maybe you go by households, but I think this is the model to allow democracy to go forward and allow the people from those small districts to help determine their fate versus, for the most, and I'm not blaming you guys, but for the most part, probably people that they've never met. And I know you're all busy and y'all got families, and you'll go down and you'll look at a place and you'll ask for people's opinions and stuff, and that's, you know, the proper procedure. But it's a lot different than when you live there and you're spending a lot of time there. I just think that this is a model that we could use for something. I don't know how often something like that would come up. But anyways, and then also, and this is not criticism. This is just observation. An analogy earlier tonight when we were talking about the field and getting it done right the first time, and I looked over at Mr. Moore and I saw the grief on his face that this could have been done right the first time.
Okay, this is a public hearing on the water district.
Right,
so stick to the water district.
Okay, and so I just wanted to, you know, not speaking individual, but for Mr. Miller, I saw that, I liked that, I felt that. That's kind of how I feel about these small projects, even though I don't live there. I don't know anybody that lives on that road, really. I know where it is. I've been on it enough to know it's small. But thank you for deciding to go with public vote, and also maybe consider town law with where it's going to cost people out of their pockets I'm not talking about putting a stop sign in a neighborhood like they did at Timberbanks or whatever. I'm talking about a substantial amount of money out of your pocket. Thank you.
Anyone else? No? Okay. May I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll move it. Oh, second.
Second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Public hearing is now closed. Citizens' comments. Any citizens wanting to speak regarding agenda items tonight?
I noticed we didn't have the time to get to the club during the work session, and we extended over, so are you guys, is your intention to go forward with that vote for B?
For B? Yes. Yes.
Okay, so can I just ask, I think, and I don't know for sure, but I think, is most of this about what you guys had talked about, the moratorium for the solar, does that have anything to do with it? It doesn't?
No.
It doesn't?
This is just to consider the adoption of the revised comprehensive land use plan and set the public hearing, that's all. And then we'll have discussions about that.
Right, so the public will be able to come over and see what maybe like the difference
Yeah.
comparable, and then speak to it? Okay, thanks.
Anyone else? Okay. Town board comments. Start with you tonight, Mr. Moore.
All right, just a couple of things. One, I think, I don't believe my facial expression had anything to do with grief, disappointment perhaps. Grief, there are real situations in life where grief is, you know, a ball field isn't one of them.
I chose the wrong one.
That's okay, all right. Other thing I would say is, you don't want to do a disservice to yourself or the people in this room by presuming to know what we're all thinking. And in this case, whether or not your opinion is respected or not respected, I wouldn't presume to know what's going on in everybody's heads at any given time. So I would be cautious about that as well. Just be cautious about you know, your omniscience. Lastly, we won't have another meeting before Mother's Day. So anyone out there or any mothers, grandmothers, I wish you a happy Mother's Day. Everyone else, thanks for coming. And I'll move on.
Thank you for everyone coming out. Just want to remind everyone, tomorrow and Saturday, we have a neighborhood garage sale at Holly Hill, Abbott's Landing in Clinton Heights. Like to see you guys all there. Since we plugged the Radisson garage sale, might as well plug mine, right? So,
What are you selling?
nothing, I'm not participating. But other than that, you know, just thank everyone for coming out. It's going to be a nice weekend. Enjoy Mother's Day, as Pete said, for all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for coming.
Okay. Thanks everybody for attending. I'm gonna ask the highway superintendent and his department head reports to probably fill us in on the Hayes Road project, seeing there's a couple residents out here, the no parking signs. And, you know, the next meeting, we have the public hearing on the, start the public hearing on the Melvin Farm project, so make sure you look at the website. We've got a lot of information up there. We've heard from county planning, and you know, there will be a lot to discuss. And then with the club program, with the comprehensive land use plan modifications or adjustments in June. So be prepared for a lot of meetings. Thank you.
Okay. I don't have any comments tonight. Department head reports, Mr. Rivsigno.
Nothing. We have introduction to pickleball, primarily for adults. Kids are welcome as well, though. That's the first one is this Sunday, May 7th at 1 p.m. at Lysander Park.
For kids too, 1 p.m.?
Yeah, it's primarily adults, but we're not
Provide the rackets and everything?
We're not going to turn the kids away. Paddles are, there's no registration, it's a free program, and for those who need them, paddles are provided. There'll be, there's experienced pickleball players that provide the introduction and some basic instruction, and then let everybody play, and then those players mix themselves in or walk around between the game and help people with rules and what have you as the beginners play. So that's introduction to pickleball, Sunday, May 7th. We have registration is open for GEMS Plus. And GEMS Plus this year is July 10th to the 14th. It's for grades 4, girls, grades 4 through 8. There's informational flyer, registration form on the town website, our Facebook page, and for the Beeville School District, it went out through Peach Jar. So anybody in the school district would have received that.
How many people can?
I believe we're at 44 is what we cut it off at. Between 40 and 44.
So they want to get in as soon as possible.
This is a popular program, and it fills up fast, so any families with a young lady between the grades of 4 and 8 shouldn't wait. We have some summer camps coming up for the summer. Registration is open for those. They're presented by a local company, if you will, that puts together these STEAM-based camps. They're called Challenge Island. So it's information is out on our website, Facebook, and that went out through Peach Jar as well. They're a half-day camp. They're STEAM-based. The first one is July 10th through the 14th. That's boys only, so that it doesn't. We didn't want to compete with GEMS Plus, which is girls only. After that, July 17th to 21st, July 24th to the 28th, July 31st, August 4th, August 7th through the 11th, and then August 14th to the 18th. Those are all STEAM-based half-day camps for kids. There's more information, like I said, on the website. I didn't write down here as far as what the age or grade range was. It's primarily elementary through, I believe, 6th grade. So we have Lysander Spring Pickle, which is the spring pickleball tournament. That's Sunday, May 21st. There's 2 divisions, advanced and recreational. The full day is 9 a.m. to 4. The tournament itself for participants is sold out, but I wanted to mention it tonight because every year the pickleball players, they hold a raffle to raise money for a local benefit. And this year's benefit is for the Ava Wood Memorial Scholarship. And the pickleball players have put together some baskets that'll get raffled off. I know one of them is a lottery ticket basket. So we're just trying to, the pickleball players themselves, they put a lot of money into the raffle, but we're hoping we can encourage the rest of the community to come out, participate in that, and raise money for the scholarship. That's all I got.
What about the other?
Yeah, just to, I guess, put notice out there too. Supervisor Wicks and I had talked about when the field is ready to open. We want to, and we've talked to Ava's mother about this, we want to dedicate the field in her honor. She was was a frequenter of Lysander Park in soccer. Her mom said she had her first birthday out there, and it was just something that Supervisor Wicks and I wanted to do. We thought it was a great opportunity when the time comes to dedicate and open that field to do it in her honor.
But Kevin's also working with Ava's mother and some of the other committees that he has to come up with a proposal for us to vote on. So it's, it was an idea. Certainly we're looking, but he's working on some designs for a monument and working out where the funding would come from. as well. So, once he has that, they'll put it in an actual proposal, and I'll put it in a resolution, and we can take a vote on it.
I would just like to ask that the public be patient with the guys that are on the road. Please pay attention to the instructions, whether it's a flag or a paddle. Our pavement management plan for the town will be posted soon on the website, and then we'll have, so take a look, see if your street's on there. We'll be handing out notices before the job is started. That way we don't run into any issues. And update on the signs. The signs are all made. The dig safes are all, well, half of those are called in. So I call dig safe. They have 3 days to check everything out. But all the things are marked. The signs are made. All I'm waiting for is them to say it's cleared, and then we put them down on the marks that we sent out.
So the bar opens next week. Will you be done in time?
We might have that section done. That's the first section I turned in. So that will be the first to pass. So hopefully, yes. Yeah.
Just the MS4 annual report will be posted on the town website by the end of the day Monday. We'll do our annual presentation at our next meeting.
Okay.
So the volunteer firefighter recruitment day went wonderfully. A lot of the fire departments did receive applications, and we are already starting to plan for the one next year. So it was a great event, and we thank the families and everybody who came. It really came together very nicely. And then the next day, I hosted the prom dress event, and that was amazing. We had about 40 students come in, some with their parents, some with their friends. We probably gave away maybe 30, 35 dresses. Handbags, shoes, makeup, and it was a great event, and I plan on doing that again next year as well.
Okay, thank you.
Great job, Dean.
Yeah, good job with that, Tina. Thank you.
That's great.
Thanks.
All right, we'll move on to the regular agenda items. Motion A is going to be tabled tonight because we're still waiting for an answer back from the Village of Baldwinsville as far as the letter we sent them requesting us hooking up to that their water to provide water to Mills Road. So they haven't. They were supposed to be talking about it tonight at their meeting. They haven't been able to get to it before now. So we're going to have to table that until the next meeting. Motion B. May I have a motion to hold a public hearing to consider the adoption of the revised Town of Lysander Comprehensive Land Use Plan on Thursday, June 1st, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. at the Town of Lysander. This motion shall authorize the town clerk to advertise the same.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried.
Mr. Supervisor, I just want to mention that we
Yeah.
did put it on for June 1st because Mr. Corey couldn't do the meeting before, so that's why
Okay.
we chose that day.
Okay, that's right. So we're going to add a motion. Now, I need to know what that motion to repair the field, what should that read? So the motion, I believe, is to allocate $12,006 a maximum.
You can probably just say that the motion to authorize the Parks Commissioner to hire a contractor to remove trees and stones from the park field at a cost not to exceed $12,000 funds to come out of the ARPA money.
Okay. Do you have that written down, or I couldn't write it down that fast?
I'll give it to you after I've got it written down.
Do you want me to write it down quick?
Sure.
Do you want to do the Chase Cemetery one first and then do the other one so I can write it down?
Yes, okay. And then motion D, motion to accept the bid from Mosier's Landscapes for mowing and trimming of Chase Cemetery on a bi-weekly basis at $900 per mow trim.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried.
What's that field called? What field is that?
The athletic field.
The athletic field? Athletic field expansion?
I'll let you read it when you're done.
Motion to authorize the Parks and Recreation Director to hire a contractor to remove the debris from the athletic field expansion with a cost not to exceed $12,000.
$12,600.
Oh, $12,600.
Using ARPA funds.
Using ARPA funds.
So may I have a motion?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Opposed?
Any abstentions? Motion carried. Okay, so we're going to have to go into executive session tonight to talk about some pending litigation and some employee personnel, specific personnel matters. I have a motion to go into executive session at 6:57.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Okay. For an executive session?
Are we going to be making any motions after? Do you think? Are we? Might? Okay. Stick around.
Yes or no? Yes or no? No.
So you think we'll be taking action?
Yeah, we're going to authorize the pension.
Okay, yeah. So we may come out of executive session and make another motion depending on the discussion about litigation.
I'll call it.
All right, thank you.
You ready for me to start recording? All right,
We came out of executive session and we'll call the meeting to order again at 7:35.
I would ask the board to pass a resolution authorizing the payment of $2,100 toward the cost of the appraisals by Pomeroy Appraisers Incorporated to do the appraisal on the tax certiorari involving the apartments in Timberbanks.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. We have a motion to adjourn at 8:30 or 7:35. 7:35.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.